morning to one and all. I would like to greet everyone a lovely Saturday morning by making this morning not just wonderful, but a day full of learning and new experience. We have anticipated long enough for the day to come. On behalf of Sri Santosh Rungta Group of Colleges, I, Aarti Sahu, Assistant Professor of G.D. Rungta College of Science and Technology, Bhilai, welcome you all in today's webinar on Data Science, a step towards new age of science. I think in today's world, everyone is aware about the term data science and somehow contributing in extraction of data. Data science is not just limited to the field of computers, but has made an unexceptional advancement in other fields too, from calculus, algebra, probability, to big data, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, from e-learning to machine learning, from medical science to home science, from e-commerce, management information system to advancement of intangible business solution. There is no such field around in which data science is lagging. And to elaborate what actual data science is, let me introduce the speaker of our webinar, Dr. Rajkumar Rajashekharan Sir, Associate Professor, Data Analytics, School of Computer and Engineering, Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore, Tamil Nadu. He is a member of Computer Society of India, American Association of Advancement of Science, Editor-in-Chief of Data Science and Decision Making, research areas in data analytics, data mining, data visualization, having more than 6 patents published and awardees and around 65 plus national and international journals published. He is author of some of the famous books like Wireless Heart Rate Monitoring Alarm, Prioritizing Alert Notification Using Mobile Technology, Integration of Big Data Practice in Agriculture, and many more. On behalf of Sri Santosh Rungta Group of Colleges, I would like to welcome you, sir. To begin the program, I would like to have Dr. Neema S. Balan, ma'am, Principal, College of Science and Technology, Bhilai, having more than 20 years of experience in the field of teaching, to deliver the opening remarks.
A very good morning to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I, on behalf of our college, G.D. Rungta College of Science and Technology, and behalf of our group, Rungta Group of Institutions, would like to welcome our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Rajkumar Rajashekharan, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Indeed, we are thankful for you because at such a short notice, you were able to manage with the webinar. So welcome, sir. And sir will be deliberating, as our host has already said, that the sir will be deliberating on the topic data science, a step towards new age of science. I would also like to welcome the faculty members from different colleges across Chhattisgarh. The research scholars, I heard that a few of the research scholars have also joined in, and some of the students who have joined in for the webinar, who were inquisitive enough to know that what is data science. From what I gather from the host, what she had said, data science, I think, is an interdisciplinary field. I come from the humanities background, so I don't know much about it. It's an interdisciplinary field, perhaps, that is using the data for research and reporting, or they are trying to make some sense from the data that is collected through the different sources. And I think sir will be able to explain it in a better manner. So welcome, sir. Welcome to my team from the Department of Computer Science, who have been working behind it to manage with the webinar. Welcome to the management, and thank you, sir, for helping us scheduling it in such short time. And last but not the least, I'll be not taking much of your time. So I hope everybody is going to have a happy learning time. Welcome once again, Dr. Rajshekharan sir. Without taking much of your time, I would like to hand over the mic back to Aarti Sahu. Thank you, Aarti.
Thank you, Nima ma'am. Now, I would like to have the guest speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Rajshekharan sir, to continue with today's webinar.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So good morning, everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank your management for giving me an opportunity, Rungta College, principal ma'am, and all the faculties. So first of all, data science, a step towards a new age of science, whatever the topic which was scheduled today. So we are going to discuss something about data science, basics of data science, where you are using data science today, and what are all the importance of data science, and how data science is fetching you, having a lot of job opportunities today, and a few case studies about data science, whatever in whichever field it's applicable today in day-to-day basis, whatever you're using on your mobile or on your social networking sites. Okay, so as an outline, so what we'll be discussing today, so we'll be discussing about why you have this excitement of data science today, because everyone is talking about data science, everyone is talking about artificial intelligence, everyone is talking about machine learning, big data, right? So everyone thinks that this data science is having a huge job opportunities today. So everyone is switching over to data science, everyone is trying to learn data science these days. And of course, they are getting huge job opportunities if they are switching over their career to data science these days. So we'll be discussing as an outline, we'll be discussing what is data science, how we are using data science, where you're using data science. And data is, as the name indicates, so from where does these data come from? So today, in today's world, everyone knows that everyone is sharing your data, everyone is posting some data, either by means of your social media, or either by means of your groups, WhatsApp groups, or either by Twitter, either by Instagram, or by any medium, even for your e-commerce sites or m-commerce sites, whatever sites you have, everyone shares your data. So data are available everywhere these days. Either it may be a healthcare application, either it may be a business intelligence, or either it may be a geographical information data. So data are available everywhere. By knowingly or unknowingly, we are using data everywhere these days, right? From your mobile device itself. Right. So on how what you're going to do with that data science. So that is what we are going to see, and what are all the requirements you need for data science. I'm not going to explain how we are going to do. I'm just going to give you a demonstration. I'm just going to give you how what are all the requirements you need, and few screenshots or few projects which we have done, and I'll just show you the demo of that so that you get an idea of what how you are doing the data science. And I'll give you a case study also after this class. After this session, I'll just give you a case study. You can take that case study, and then you can make your own data, and you can make your own analysis part, and you can go for your own visualization part. So this is what is the outline about today's webinar. So as I told you, data science is everywhere, right? So everywhere today, data science is available. You go for your Netflix, you go for your Amazon, you go for YouTube, you go for any recommendation systems. Say, for example, if you want to buy a mobile or if you want to buy a car, so what you do, you just go to that particular site, you just make some comparisons, which car is best based on your search, right? So which mobile is best based on your search. Either you give importance to your camera, or either you give importance to your screen size, or whatever it may be. So you, based on that, they give some recommendation for you. They have a recommendation engine, and then based on that, they give some recommendation to you, saying that this mobile is the best mobile. Likewise for YouTube also. If you're searching, say for example, if you see a Sachin Tendulkar's match, so immediately the next video which comes in there will be a Sachin Tendulkar's video only, related to Sachin Tendulkar's video only. You won't be getting some other video which is related to Shah Rukh Khan or something like that. Okay, so that is where you are going recommendation system. That is where you are using some recommendation system. Okay. So e-commerce, so a lot of e-commerce applications are available these days. So once when you are going for applications, say I think you know about you buy a product in uh, Amazon, Flipkart, right? Everywhere you buy a product. So once when you buy a product, you give some feedback like uh, good, better, best, or worst, or something. You give feedback. So they do something with that particular e-commerce applications with the data. It is applicable in the health industry also. So as you know that health industry, so in this health industry, if you're just going for health industry, you go for drug discovery, and you are going for this voice assistance, right? I think you know about voice assistance, right? Like Siri, you have a Google, right? So a lot of voice assistance. So there also you are using data science. And driving, assisted driving, where you go for your driverless cars, you go for data science. Maybe you're using some data science applications, artificial intelligence over there. And face recognition system, right? So it recognizes your face, right, which you use on your mobile device these days. It recognizes your face, and it is used for opening your mobile phone by means of patterns instead of patterns. So, and also it is used for disease diagnosis, and also your Google Analytics. So if you just take your mobile, in your mobile, you'll be having an analytics, how many steps you have walked, what is your heart rate, and how many hours you have slept, right? So what is the calories you have burnt, right? So all these things comes as a Google Analytics to your mobile device itself these days. So data science is everywhere, and you are using it knowingly or unknowingly. You are using it from your mobile device these days, right? So then examples of data science, you can see that it is mainly used for identifying your cancer disease or any disease, to identify whether it is cancer or not, or else to find out what is the market value of that house in that particular area. So how many people's are good friends with each other in on your social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, Insta, all those things. So will this rocket engine explode on takeoff? So you can identify it easily based on the data, based on the history of data. Will this person like this movie? So I can easily predict how many person will like that movie, right? Say for example, if X and Y is acting in a so Big Boss serial. So if they both are familiar, if they both are acting in a particular movie, automatically that movie will become a success, for example, right? So and then so then I can easily predict that these persons will like this particular movie because they like those pairs and they support them on their social media sites or something like that. So and also you can see a lot of hotel and e-commerce reviews, right? Hotel and e-commerce reviews like Swiggy, Zomato. So what a lot of e-commerce sorry, hotel reviews you are giving these days, like food restaurant reviews or hotel reviews, or e-commerce reviews with respect to whatever you're buying. So recently, you know that if in 2021 or yeah, 21 recently, Swiggy has given an analysis. So this analysis says that in India, how many people, what is the maximum, what is the food which is being preferred by most of the people in India, right? From Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So what is the maximum food which is ordered, especially in Swiggy? I'm not talking about other online social media. So in Swiggy has given that maximum the food which is ordered by people in India are only chicken biryanis. So this is the survey or analysis which is given by Swiggy. So what they do now, they have the analysis, they have the results. So now based on that, in which area, what is the maximum food which is being ordered, so based on that, they can prefer or suggest some new restaurants, right? So this is how they can go for improving their business these days with respect to location wise. So this is one of the best example where we are talking about where we can say that data science is everywhere these days. So whatever work you do, some data is involved in that. Say for example, if you are going for a shopping mall, right? If you are buying something in the shopping mall, you buy a dress, you buy a mobile, or you buy a shoes or anything, right? So what they do once when you are buying it, so immediately what they do, they ask for your mobile number. So they don't ask for anything else. They don't ask for your address. They ask for your mobile number, right? Some people, they ask for your email IDs, right? So the basic intention of asking the mobile number is they have your data. They have all the customers data. So whenever the company is giving any offer, whenever the company is coming out with any discounts, they target those customers, right? They send message to those customers alone, right? So this is a very good example for data science where it is available everywhere these days. So you can see here, I've just shown you some example. These are all the few big data sources which are available these days. Whatever the click which you are making online these days, right? Say for example, if you open your mobile and you get into Facebook, or if you get into any one of the social networking sites or any site, and the total number of clicks which you are making, right? So that is the count, that is the data which you are submitting to that particular company, or data you're submitting to that particular university or somewhere, right, to the owner of that. So data are available everywhere. Each and every click as counts, and each and every click is a data for them, right? Say for example, if I'm posting something, if I'm tagging someone, if I'm giving a comment, some comments on Facebook, if I am giving a wrong comment, or if I'm giving some, whatever it may be, like I'm sharing it, right? So if I'm retweeting it or something like that, so everything counts for them, right? All the data are being recorded. So that is what you can see, that users are generating data. Facebook is not generating data. Facebook doesn't post pictures about Mark and Bill Gates or someone, right? It is we who are generating the data and giving them the data, right? And likewise for YouTube, due to this COVID, you can see a lot of YouTube channels are being raised these days. So YouTube, we are giving data to YouTube. You are just you are just giving the data by means of any like kitchen videos or whatever it may be. In Twitter also, you see, you are giving some tweets for that Twitter, or you just posting something on that social media these days, either by web or either by mobile, right? So here the user generated data is either by means of a mobile or either by means of a uh, uh, website. So and also you can see that Internet of Things these days, what we prefer only a mobile which is having a lot of sensors, right? These days, like, people are preferring a mobile with a lot of sensors these days, which can also be said as your Internet of Things, where it senses all the data with respect to, you can see there in the picture, I have mentioned about a lot of the data like healthcare data, shopping data. You can see your transport data, like uh, the transportation. So a lot of options are available for you to have Internet of Things data. And also you can see that it is having health and scientific data. It is having health and scientific data. So what you are going through with this health and scientific data, you can predict something and you can make some decision making, all those things. Okay, so this is where we are generating data here, right? So a lot of data are being generated, and apart from this, you can see graph data are available, right? So these graph data, whatever we are mentioning about these graph data, are nothing but your social networking data. So everyone is into social network these days, either Insta or either Facebook or either Twitter or some social networking sites. People are available. So if I am asking, if I'm telling you to find out all the persons, all the friends who are, how many male friends are there in your Facebook list and how many female friends are there in your Facebook list, how many are from Jharkhand, how many are from Chhattisgarh, how many are from Delhi, if I'm asking you, it's very difficult for you to find out all those things. So whereas if you have the data live on your social networking sites, it's easy for me to display by means of a graph structure, right? So I can easily sort out and I can do it. Otherwise, you can do it, but you have to go to individual profile and you have to check it unless until you know that a person, right? So say for example, if you are having 5,000 friends in your list, right, or 4,000 friends in your list, if I'm asking you to find out how many people are there from Switzerland, all right, so if 500 people are there, right, in that 500, how many are male and how many are female, and what is their age group? If I'm asking you a lot of questions, it is very difficult for you to answer. Whereas if you have these data, it's easy for you to give that in by means of a graph, right? And also you can see that all the road networks, if I'm asking you to find display all the road networks like NH1, NH48, NH56, NH63, if I'm asking you to display everything on the India map, right, so it is very difficult. Unless until you know it, it's very difficult. So we are going to make it by means of a graph, all the road networks, all those things. And also the collaboration and relationship. What is the relationship? You in Facebook, you have your friends, friend of a friend, or close friend, or something you have, right? So all those things are being represented by means of a graph data. So if you're going for these kind of graphs, the graphs are very large, right? Large in the sense it's huge. The graph becomes very large. In case if you're going to draw a graph of all your YouTube user graph, for example, what are all the videos you have watched in YouTube, I can make it into a single graph and I can predict what type of person you are, right? So that's easy, right? So these kind of things can be made into a graph. Your data science is useful for your graph data. You can visualize all those things. So what you can do with this data, which is very important, data are available everywhere. So what are all the things you can do with this data? You can go for a crowdsourcing, how many people are located in that particular location. You can go for a physical modeling with respect to maps, right? And where I think you are using your mobile for maps these days, right? So you have a sensing technology where it can predict the earthquake in 5 seconds, right? And it can send a message to your mobile device. So say with respect to sensing, I'm talking about. Okay, and also maps, Google Maps. I think would have worked on this Google Maps. So if I see what we know on from our end, we know the source and destination. You are giving the destination. Say for example, if I'm giving a destination from Vellore to Ladakh, right? It gives me a source. It gives me some path, right? So that is all you know. It gives a path. So once when you are going for this path, so we don't know what is happening at the background, how many data are being used, what type of data are being used at the back end, we don't know, right? So here data are playing a very important role here. If you are just changing the path, again the location is also being changed, right? So this is what the data are helping you to find out some solution in an easier way. So say for example, 10 years back, no one had this Google Maps. If I'm coming to Bhilai, it's very difficult for me to find the location. But nowadays, I'm not at all asking anyone. Just like that, I'm just sitting in my car and just using my Google Map, and directly I'm just coming to that particular location. See how data are being improved and data are being stored and data are being utilized in a efficient and proper way, right? I've just given you a lot of examples about data science. So now you have a lot of job opportunities also in data science. You can be a data analyst, you can be a business intelligence specialist in case if you are in business analytics, or using Power BI, you can learn Power BI. Or if you want to go for a visualization part, data visualization part, you can learn Gephi and Tabla. Gephi and Tabla is available. Or you can learn Python and RStudio, where it gives you proper visualization. And here I'll tell you one more example. Say for example, if a cricket match is happening between India and England, so the data analyst, you'll be having a data analyst. What you're seeing on the screen, the live screen, they give some analysis and visualization part. So if a batsman is getting bowled, or if a batsman is getting an LPW from the umpire, he goes for a third umpire, right? So immediately the umpire calls for the third umpire, and you are seeing something on the screen, the visualization part, right? So the visualization is very, very important these days, which has changed the entire domains, all the domains, especially in case of healthcare, in case of sports industry, in case of your movie industry, in case of your business analysis, business intelligence, right? So everywhere this data science is available these days. So this is all those data science, whatever. If you are new to this, you can get into this. So if you are the data science altogether, I'm just putting it into one definition. You can see that the data science medium, you must know a little bit of mathematics and statistics. You must know how to code in Python or R Studio, and you must know how to go for handle the data like pre-processing, data wrangling, and also how to visualize the data, right? Visualizing the data is very important. See, visualization is very, very important these days. Say for example, I am telling you a story. You are going to a theater, and if someone comes, someone plays you the story of that movie, right, in the speakers, how will you feel, right? You are just going there to see something and infer something out of that, and you analyze something, right? You're just going for a Shah Rukh Khan movie and watching it on the screen. It just stays there on your mind, what dress he was wearing, what color shoes he was wearing, everything comes into your mind. If they are just telling the story, it's very difficult for you to understand what it is all about, right? So visualization is very, very important, right? So here you must do some real world project skills. You must have some real world project skills. So this real world project skills, what I'm talking about is, so the present job opportunities, very high job opportunities are available in your streaming data analytics, right? Because everyone needs data immediately, right? So if you're good in streaming data analytics, you have a lot of job opportunities in a lot of sports channel and a lot of live streaming channels these days, all right? So here I've just given you a simple overview of this one. So whatever I'm just showed you is about how I think everyone knows about database, right? You would have studied about database like your Oracle or some other database. You would have created a database. So here, if you just see when you compare what is a database and how it's working on data science, you can see that database, it's very precious, because say for example, if I'm asking your principal to give all your students data from your college, right? They won't give, because it's very, very confidential. They won't share your personal information, all those things. But in case of data science is concerned, if I know a person, easily I can identify him, easily I can find out that person in Facebook or Insta or something like that, right? So now you can see that data are very precious in case if it comes to the university college, and data are very cheap in case if you comes to the data science is concerned. It is available everywhere. I can find out easily. If you tell a person by name, I can find out all his informations on social media these days. So the data are very, very cheap, right? So on the data volume is concerned, if your college is having data, they will have only all the students data of your college only. But whereas in case of data science is concerned, you have n number of persons like that. If I'm searching with a person name with XYZ with a specific keyword of your college, it's very easy for me to identify. So data are massive here. So examples I have given here: bank records, your personal records, medical records, census. These are all comes under your databases. And in case of data sciences is concerned, as I told you, online clicks. Every online click which you are making, once when your mobile is connected to mobile data, you take your mobile and total number of clicks which you are making, it's very, very easy for you to identify. Okay. So and then priorities, you can see priorities, you can see is structured. If you are good in database, you know about structured data and unstructured data. Where in case of database, you use a structured query language. Here you can see there SQL. And here in case of data science, you have a lot of different options like Cassandra, MongoDB, your Apache, your CouchDB. So you have a lot of options available for you to work with your data science or data these days. Right? So very simple, to be very simple. What is database? You just query the past, right? And in data science, you can query the future. How? By applying some model over there, by applying some algorithm over there, by applying some machine learning algorithm or whatever, you just imply it over there and you can predict something out of that, right? Sometimes you can go for prediction of stock market in the next 5 days, right? Using data science or using machine learning algorithms. So those kind of things are possible these days, right? So I can predict whether the success of the movie will be a success or a failure, right? So easily I can predict by having the data, by having the analysis of that particular history of the hero, heroine, or producer, whatever it may be, the um, story, hint about that story, or whatever it may be, right? Easily, it's easy for me to identify. It's not only for movie data, it's applicable for either for healthcare data also, it is applicable for your business intelligence data also, right? So of course, business intelligence data, your data science plays a major role here. Once when you're going for a business analysis, it just transforms the raw data into a meaningful and useful informations for analysis purposes, right? So transformation of raw data, that's what I told you, a simple example about Swiggy, right? That's a very good example for your business analysis purpose to improve the information. So here, once when you're going for business informations, so it handles enormous amount of unstructured data here, right? So unstructured data, say for example, I'm searching something on Google, on the Google Maps, right? So the key, based on the query only, it's going and searching there. Either it may be India or either it may be US, UK, or wherever it may be. It goes and searches there and gives you a map. So your end, from the user end, you need only the map. You don't know what is happening behind that. Okay. So these are all few examples for that. And then machine learning and data science. So if you will be asking a question, what is machine learning and what is data science? So in machine learning, you develop some individual new models, right? So in data science, you explore models and you just build and tune the data, whatever you are having. So here in machine learning, you just clean the data set. So you validate, you just relatively you clean with the small data sets because the data sets are very small, and it is implied to your machine learning is implied to your data science also, where it handles large and massive data sets over there. So you can go for data science. So now I think I've said about what is data, how you are getting the data, how you are generating the data, what are the things you should consider. So now visualizing the data is very important. How do you visualize the data is very important. Okay, once when you are going for visualization, as I told you, data is generated everywhere. Every day you are generating the data. There is no one who cannot generate a data these days. There is no one available these days who is not generating data, right? So you just go to Facebook, you post something, you post a picture, right? You go to Twitter, you tweet something, you retweet something, you watch some videos on YouTube, you post some videos on TikTok or something like that, right? So datas are generated by everyone and everywhere these days. So datas are increasing in sizes, right? It's not like datas are less. Everyone is posting, everyone is commenting, everyone is retweeting. So datas are increasing in sizes. So once when the data are increasing, you need some effective way to understand all these data. That is very important. So how do you understand the data? So say for example, if you are going for a data science job, they will give you a 1 TB of hard disk full of data. They will ask you to clean the data, right? They will ask you to analyze the data, right? They'll ask you to structure the data, right? They'll give you unstructured data in that 1 TB of hard disk, and they'll ask you to make an analysis and visualization of the data. That's all. Very simple, right? So instead of knowing everything theoretically, if you're just practicing it, if you're doing it using your laptop, if you are doing everything in your laptop, that will fetch you a very good job. That will give you a good job opportunity are available because of practical knowledges if you're strong in your practical knowledge, right? So you can see that few examples I've given here is about the graph datas. You can see healthcare datas. You can see some graphs which are available there, and then recording all the datas and healthcare data. So everywhere it is being used in these days, and maybe in another 5 to 10 years, if you are having all the data, you are very rich, right? So that is why you can see that people, Facebook is facing a lot of issues that they are selling the data, right? So data are very costly. um, so you may be rich if you are having all the data with you, right? So visualization, right? So if you're just going for a movie, you just close your eyes and just recall the complete movie. Every scene by scene it comes to your mind, right? So it's some sort of mental image, right? So to make it visible, say for example, I've just given you a graph here. You can see this particular graph. I have mentioned the children's happiness based on candy, how much candies they are eating, how often they are eating the candies, right? So the average level of happiness, so daily you can see that 5 people are eating, more than 1 week I think 8 people are eating, right? You can see that weekly how many people are eating. So you can, this gives the children's happiness, right? So from this, the background will be having huge data, at least a little bit of data you'll have in Excel format or something like that. Just this is just only the reference for you. So based on that, when I see this data, I should understand something that is very important. Okay, how do I visualize it and conclude? So visualization is nothing but conveying the information through visual representation. You can see here the graph, you can see a heat map, you can see a word cloud, you can see a map data here, and you can see a social networking data here, right? So these are all informations which convey some, these are all visualizations which convey some information based on some representation of your data. Okay, so why do we need to study this visualization? So visualization, once when you are going for these kind of visualizations, so you must know the significance of data and what type of softwares you are going to use, right? So you can combine the visualizations into dashboards, right? I'll show you a dashboard today. So dashboard are nothing but you can see that all the informations are available in one single screen, right? Say for example, I'll tell you all the COVID datas, right? All the COVID data throughout the globe. I'm just putting it into one bar chart. It increases and it decreases based on the count, whatever data I'm having it, right? A good visualization tells the story to the audience, which language they are using and how to understand, right? All the data, whatever they are using it over there. So visualizations, you can see that mainly three types of goals of visualizations are there: to explore the data, and to analyze the data, and to present the data. So to explore the data, initially nothing is known, right? I just collect the data from you, from everyone. I just collect the data, and I explore the data. What type of data I am having? I am exploring the data first, and then I'm analyzing the data by means of some hypothesis, by means of some algorithms or whatever it may be. I'm analyzing the data, and I'm just checking out verification, or I'm just cleaning the data with the falsification of data. And then how I'm presenting, I'm communicating the results to the user, right? Either by a video, either by a audio, either by a graph, either by a image, right? So I just present the data over there to people so that they understand. So these are all the images where I'm presenting the data to the user, right? So you can see there the profits have been dwindling in the last nine years. You can see that the profit is being decreasing in the last 9 years. So now behind that you will be having a huge data, right? So when the COE of the company looks this, so he won't be analyzing the data. He'll be just seeing the graph alone, and he'll be identifying, and he'll be monitoring, and he'll be firing the people why this graph is happening, why this downfall is there for the company. Okay, so where in whichever locations you can go for visualization, so you convey some information through some visual representations like records. You just go for maps, you clarify, communicate, you do all those things by means of a social media networks these days. Okay, so you have a lot of different visualizations. You have a scientific visualization, you have geographic visualization, you have information visualization. So once when you go for scientific visualization, you have a like a 3D, right? You have a 3D space of scientific visualization, which gives you immediate solutions that will be helpful for the doctors to identify whether the disease detection or something else, either he is having a fracture or something like that. Immediately you can find out by seeing the um, visualization of that. That is why you are taking X-ray scan, ECG scan or EED scan or whatever scans you are taking. Everything it goes on because of these only, because doctors can easily identify by seeing those scan reports or something like that. Okay, and if you go for geographical visualization, it is completely map based. So whatever you are using today as a map based by means of a Google map is a very good example for a geographic visualization. So you may be having a satellite vision, you may be having a hybrid vision, you may be having a street vision. So a lot of options are available these days, right? So that comes under your geographical visualization. Information visualization, so based on the information datas which you have on social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, right, WhatsApp, right? So these are all information visualization. Say for example, if I'm taking the WhatsApp group chat for a complete group for a complete 1 year, if 20 people are there in your class, are there in that particular group, I can easily tell who is the most active person in the group, who is the most dumb person in the group who never talks, who is the person who talks rubbish in that particular group, who is the person who always makes fun in that particular group, who is the person who always sends messages and videos in that particular group. So easily I can segregate into different layers in from that data whichever I am having. So information visualization is very important these days based on the data. One more example I'll tell you. Say for example, if I'm taking all the speech which was done by Narendra Singh Modi, for example, right? So, and I'm just taking a speech of a new person who enters into politics. So I can very well predict, I can very well say how I can compare those two speeches, and I can very well come to some conclusion how much he is supporting him, or either he is neglecting him or supporting him or something like that. Easily I can come to a conclusion with a lot of information which is available. So that comes under your text mining and text data visualization. So text data. Okay, so so if you see this particular image, whatever I have given here, these are all numbers, just numbers. So the visual attributes. So I'm just giving you 2 seconds or 20 seconds for you to identify how many threes are there in this particular numbers, right? So it's very difficult for you to take it in 30 seconds, right? Okay, so now if I'm asking you to find out in this, it is very easy for you to find out because I have just given a color difference. So I've just given a count of threes in different colors. So it's easily I can count with respect. So color differentiation is very important in your visualization, right? Visualization datas, communications of informations by means of graphical representation. And why are you going to visualize is very important, and what type of data you are going to visualize is very important, and how you are going to visualize is very important, right? So visual representation of data sets, like you just carry out your tasks whatever just more efficiently. It's something, keep it very simple. It's something like you are going for a movie and watching a movie, or you're just watching a web series, or you're just watching a live India Pakistan match, and or you're just hearing the match through your headphones, like commentary on your headphones. So the seeing the match makes the difference than hearing the commentary, right? So that's why visualization plays a major role in the data is concerned. Okay, so these are all the different maps which you are having: a Carto, Jiffy, Tabula. These each one are different visualization paths. If you study any one of these, or I mean, if you study Jiffy or Tabula or the topmost visualization tools, right? So these two will fetch you a job if you are studying Jiffy and Tabula also, right? So I'll just show you a demo before going to the next slide. Okay, so you can see here. So you can see here from this particular graph, from this particular visualization, what do you understand? So I am having data here at the back, right? I'm having data here at the back. So once when I'm having data here at the back, so these data, whatever I'm having here, right? The data is whatever I'm having here. So I'm just segregating it into phone calls, sleeping, personal care, eating and drinking, household care, non-household shopping. So I'm say for example in Bhilai, how many people are doing shopping in weekends? How many people are doing shopping from Monday to Friday? And how many people are sleeping from 12 to morning 5? How many people are um, doing volunteering services, right? How many people are there into religion, like they are going for temple or church or mosque or whatever it may be? How many people are involved in sports in Bhilai, right? Easily I can identify and I can make some, see if more number of people for going for shopping. So it means that people in Bhilai or people in Bhilai like to go to shopping. So I can improve, I can add more number of shopping complexes, right? If I see more number of people are going for sports activities, I can improve more, I can include more number of gyms or something like that in Bhilai. If more number of people are going for some leisure activities, so I can include more number of leisure activities there in that particular state. Right. So you can have, you can add multiple number of options here. Say at 2:39 p.m. right? People are you can see how people are moving from one location to another location. You can see there, right? So and then you can see here, I'm just for your reference, it is made the timing is different. So I'm just moving the time. So it's not like you can see that evening 5:30 5:43 p.m. you can see how many people are doing household activities or how many people are traveling from office to home. And you can see here by night, midnight, 12 o'clock for example, people go to sleep, or people, how many people are doing the leisure activities, right? How many people are going for dinner, how many people are going for relaxation, TV, games, right? You can see there completely. So this can be applicable for all the fields, right? Either for the students activity or either for, you can see here more number of people at night 10:30, more number of people are coming to sleep from leisure, right? You can see here. So this is very good. This is one very good example where you are having live streaming of data and then you visualize it and show it to people, right? So these are all the tasks, these are all the places where you get more number of job opportunities, right? If you make some visualizations like this based on the data, whatever you have. So whatever the data which is being done for this visualization is around 150 to 200 data only. Maybe you can take a data for 500 people or 10,000 people in that location, and then you can make an analysis and easily you can increase your business, or easily you can go for your care services or shopping complexes, shopping malls, or either you can go for new restaurants or whatever it may be, right? That's how the data visualization helps here, right? So and then coming back to this here, so what are all the tools? How do you visualize with all the tools whichever you are having? You can see here you have Excel for basic visualizations. You can use Excel, and RStudio is a very important tool where you can use it for your visualization. You must install your RStudio and go for your visualization. Just I'm giving you an overview only. I'm not teaching about RStudio or something else. Maybe that later in case if it is if many are interested, we'll go for teaching of RStudio, all those things. And Tabula, you can see that the Tabula is a very good visualization software. All these are open source softwares. You no need to buy, or you no need to pay and go use it. All these are open source softwares. By doing this, by studying this alone itself, you will be getting some job, right? Based on visualizations, if you are good in visualization and handling data. And D3 data driven documents. So D3JS is also a very good visualization part. You can see a lot of different visualization with respect to your social networking sites. It gives beautiful colors. It gives a lot of heat maps. It gives you a lot of social networking graphs. It gives you location based maps, everything it gives. So D3JS is one of the very good data handling and data visualization software, open source software. And what are all the do's and don'ts, right? So see, blindly don't start visualizing the data. Always start with the purpose. So say for example, if I have all the data of um, uh, clearly like clean data, then you go for the visualization part. Always select the right graphic tool which you want to use. Say for example, you may use D3JS, or you may use Gephi, or you may use Tableau, or if it is simple like I'm having an Excel sheet of only 10 data or 15 data. For that, I don't want to go for a D3JS or Gephi or Tableau. For that, I can use Excel to get the visualization or graphs or whatever it may be. So always know the audience who is sitting in front of you. The person who is sitting in front of you doesn't know anything about visualization. They just only see and they understand. You are just going for a movie, right? You don't know what type of graphics they have used, whether the graphics is from US, UK, or topmost companies, what type of technology they have used. No one is worried about the technology. You want Chris to fly, he will fly, right? You just see that and you admire it, right? That's what you know from your end. But at the back end, you see you have a lot of work behind that, right? Always keep it very simple. So always winning visuals have titles, right? Always have a slave to the labels, which is very important. Labeling is very, very important. And don't oversimplify the data, right? Say for example, if you don't know five of your you're collecting data from all your classmates, and if you don't know five of your friends home location, you delete those data and go for all other 15 data. That's not the proper way, right? So you must try to get the data, and then you have to make the analysis and visualization. So don't assume viewers will get automatically whatever you are creating. Like some movies, what you do, the directors will think that whatever they are taking, people will like. It's not like that, right? So the people should understand, and it should have some meaningful visualization rather than exploring the data, rather than visualizing the data whatever you have, right? So that is very important. Okay. So what kind of data you will use? So you have a lot of data, almost any data is okay, except your predictions, right? So and then historical data are very important for predictions. So either you just do it as a team, or you just split it into players and then you go for it. And either you check whether it is a numerical or text data, what kind of model you will build, like what type of algorithms or what type of machine learning models or algorithms you are using. You must know it. You must know all the machine learning algorithms at least. uh, what assumptions are safe to make. So if you're making some assumptions, you should justify that. That is very important. And as I told you, you can use RStudio, Python, Gephi, Tableau, all those things. So this is mainly used for creating some good dashboards, graphs. So mainly it is used for a good data analytics software, and also statistical analysis for data visualization, which is very important. So what are all the main key features of your RStudio? So you just mainly it's an IDE. So also it runs on Mac, Linux, all those things. Of course, you know about that. So it also runs on a web browser on a cloud server, right? rstudio.cloud.com. So it just run that on the cloud server also. So it is very easy for coding, and also it can be, sometimes it can be slow when if you're just working for a large data sets, right? And so that is very important. And coming back, so here you can see a lot of network components are available, where as I told you about the roadmap, right? So every node can be, every location can be considered as a node, and edges, what is the relationship between them, right? What are all the links you are having? So everything can be represented by means of a graph. So some common things which you are doing it today in today's life is like using your social networking sites. You just try to combine everyone from your family or your relations or everyone, or else you just combine all those things who are there in a common network, like a user specific with respect to Sachin Tendulkar, or with respect to MS Dhoni or someone, right? So these are all few of the network interactions which we have as total number of interactions which you have on social media these days. So why I'm insisting more on social media, because people are getting more involved these days on social media. People wants them to be known by everyone. They are just posting their pictures, they are posting their videos, they are posting their, if they are buying a new mobile, they are posting their picture on social media. Like, people are exposed towards social network these days, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, the generation, present generation, is everyone is addicted towards social media by any means, and then they are projecting everything on social media, right? So it can be in any structure, or it can be in any process of structures with respect to social media data these days. So, and then I can just give some network skeleton for that, for the behavior of the network data. So where you can see that individual person is said to be as actor, what is the relational tie, and what can be a dyad, triad, subgroup, group, relation, and how I can make for a social media analysis, right? So for making a group in your WhatsApp or Facebook or something, they have kept some basic of 2 or 3 members for you to make a group, and then you work on the process. Okay, so what is hard about data science? What you should not do in data science, which is very important. Don't overcome your assumptions. Don't make any ad hoc explanations of data patterns. If you don't know anything, don't give your own explanations for the data science. Don't overgeneralize the data. And communication is very, very important. Say, for example, if I'm showing you the first graph and I'm not typing anything over there, right? So people will not understand those things, right? So communication is very, very important. So always use a statistical test correctly, and always go for a pipeline, I mean data pipeline complexity, which is very important. So these are all the different tools, open source tools for data analytics and visualization, for data science tools, right? So these are all the different data science, open source data science tools. You can download all these, and you can check with respect to that particular data, and you can visualize it, right? I'll just share you this slide. You can just check it out, and then you can work in case if you are interested. And these are all open source big data tools like Apache Hadoop, Apache Spark, Cassandra, Mongo, and then all those things. So you can try it out. Maybe I'll just show you a demo if time permits. So, and then one more thing I'll just show you. So I've just taken the one data set, which is so you can see here. So what we have taken is we have taken the complete ports, right? I think you know what is a port, right? Ports throughout the globe. I have taken all the ports throughout the globe. So, and you can see the list of ports which are available. Visakhapatnam is having 3 ports. Chennai is having 3 ports. Like, these are all the different ports. You can see Mumbai is having a port there, and Surat is having, Ahmedabad, you can see a lot of ports. Kolkata, you can see a port there. Bhubaneswar, you can see a port there. So these are all the ports which are available. I have the complete history of all the ports throughout the globe, and I'm displaying everything by means of a in the map format, right? I'm just representing that in the map format. So you can see here, this is the complete data of all the maps, all the ports which are available here, right? If I want to search something, so the data, if you want to see the data, you can see this data. This is the complete world ports data which I am having. right? This is the complete world report data which is having. So based on this data, if say for example, if I'm giving you this data, if I'm showing you this data, right? So you'll not be interested in seeing this data if it is there in Excel or if it is there in some other format. But whereas if I'm showing you this, you will be very intuitive to know what type of, I mean, what are all the ports which are available in India and where it is located. So everything I can check it out easily, right? So this is one good example for you to visualize the data which is there. So you have a lot of tools available, open source tools which are available, like online tools are available. So you can go for those tools and then you can visualize it. Otherwise, you can do it any like a Python, or you just take R Studio and then you can go for the visualization part. Okay. So I think I just given you an overview of what is data science and how you're going for data science, where you're using in day-to-day basis today, and then what are all the tools you're going to use for data visualization and data science. And from your side.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I asked a question. What to do if you want to make a career in data science?
See, that is what everyone is switching to data science these days, right? If you want to choose your career in data science, which area you want to choose? Either you are going for a big data analyst or big data scientist, or either you want to be a specialized in visualization part, right? So you must know Python. You must study Python first. Python is very, very important for visualization. Or else, if you want to switch over to R Studio or some other visualization part, you must know that particular tool, how to work on the data. First is how to extract the data, how to clean the data, how to analyze the data, how to work on how to make a model, working model, imply that working model in the data, and then how to visualize data, visualize the data and present the data is very important. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So,
Please.
or who's eligible for data science?
See, nowadays companies are not expecting any eligibility, right? Even an electrical student, even a mechanical student, even an MBA student, even a science student is eligible for data science, right? It is not like only computer science students goes for data science. Mathematics student is also eligible. Everyone is eligible for data science, because it's easy for you to understand what a data is. See, the types of data which are available here is either it may be a text data, or either it may be an image, or either it may be audio or video or animated files, right? Either it may be 2D, 3D, all those things. Only these formats you have, right? You don't have any other format of data. Handling these data are very, very important. How do you handle is very important. That's all. Very simple.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So any other questions?
Good afternoon, sir. We have one question. We have one question from Lavanya, one of the participant. She wants to know how we can use data science in medical sector, especially for the detecting cancer stages. Is it possible through the data science?
Yes, that is very well possible. One of my student, she is a PhD student. She is doing artificial intelligence for prediction of cancer diseases, right? So once when you are having data or images about all those cancer data, like 3D images, or you have a lot of image quality these days. So I take all the images of 10 or 15 people, and then it's easy for me to predict or easy for me to identify and detect cancer diseases these days, right? So artificial intelligence are very, very booming these days. So you can switch over your career to artificial intelligence and machine learning and data science. So which is very important. So people, what they think, if they are studying web design, like Java, like PHP, MySQL, all those things, they feel like they'll be getting a job. It's not like that. You should stick to the technology what the company is in need. See, the company is going to give you a job. The company needs artificial intelligence expert. Company doesn't want a PHP or a HTML expert so that they get a project in HTML and PHP. It's not like that. They are having a project in artificial intelligence. They want you to know that. It may be in your curriculum or may not be in your curriculum. You don't worry about that. See, if you know the basics, if you have the curiosity to learn, it's easy for you to learn and get things done easily these days, because you have lot of lectures available on YouTube, you have lot of contents on social media, you have lot of contents on internet these days. It's easy for you to switch over your career. Yes, if anyone is in need of any projects, or if you want any help in R Studio, Python, data science, so I have shared my email ID and mobile. You can just text me anytime. I am there to help you in your projects, in your development, career development, in data science. And if you want to switch over, if you have any doubts related to that, I'm always there to help you. You can text me on WhatsApp, or you can mail me on to my email ID. It is there on all the screens. So you can text me or WhatsApp me. I'll help you.
Excuse me, sir. One of the participants asked a question.
Next question.
Sir, one of the student is asking that how can we prevent the data theft? Can you share us some measures to prevent this data theft? Yes, sir. I was satisfied with your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are having a lot of questions.
Yeah, ask ma'am, no problem.
Result, I think we are running out of time as well.
Okay.
So I'll share your number, sir.
Sure, ma'am.
Students,
You can.
participants can collaborate with you and
Sure.
clear their doubts. Okay.
Sure.
So
Sure,
thank
ma'am.
you so much, sir, for such a knowledgeable and fruitful session.
Yeah.
I think all the attendees and participants had enjoyed it well and learned something new. So thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Extreme pleasure having you in our campus.
Sure.
Via webinar. So now I would like to have Dr. Jyoti Upadhyay ma'am for vote of thanks and organizing this event and providing us the opportunity to meet such an personality. Over to you, Jyoti Upadhyay ma'am.
Good afternoon all. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Good afternoon all. On the behalf of Department of Computer Science, GD Rungta College, I, Dr. Jyoti Upadhyay, would like to express my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Shekharan sir, for valuable knowledge. Sir. The session was extremely knowledgeful, and we are really grateful for your session. And again, I would also like to thank our chairman, Mr. Santosh Rungta sir, vice chairman Dr. Saurabh Rungta sir, our director Sonal Rungta sir, principal Dr. Nima Balan madam, for their kind support to organize this webinar. And my heartiest thanks to all the participants to make the webinar successful. I would like to thank my team, my special thanks to my team, Ms. Aarti Sahu madam, Ms. Damini, Ms. Hina Koshar, Mrs. Mangla Sahu madam. Thanks all for the active participation and all the faculty members of the Rungta College. And I would end my speech here. Thanks to all.